Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive with us.
Yes, welcome back.
Today we're going to be diving into the world of TCM,
Ooh, TCM.
and we're going to be looking at it through the lens of mental health.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
mental health through the eyes of traditional Chinese medicine.
Precisely.
All right, I'm intrigued.
And you might be surprised to learn just how much this ancient system,
Ancient.
which has been around for over 2,500 years,
Wow.
has to say about conditions we grapple with every day.
Yeah.
Insomnia,
Oh, yeah.
anxiety, depression, even brain fog.
Okay, so
Yeah.
things that a lot of people are struggling with these days.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because TCM sees the mind and body as completely interconnected.
Yes, and that's a big difference from
Okay.
how we see things in the West.
Absolutely. It's not about treating symptoms in isolation.
Nope.
It's about restoring the overall balance within your system.
I like that.
Yeah.
Restoring balance.
It's a really beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So we have a stack of fascinating sources here. Ancient texts, clinical studies, expert interviews that reveal how TCM views these mental health challenges as imbalances, not just things to be fixed.
Okay, so it's not just like a broken part that needs to be.
Right. It's not like taking an Advil to fix a headache or something like that.
Yeah.
It's about looking at the root cause of why this is happening.
Right, and how everything is connected.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So TCM doesn't aim to simply mask symptoms.
Yep.
It seeks to understand the root cause of the imbalance.
Root cause.
Yes, and address that directly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's a very different approach. That's so interesting that so much of Western medicine is focused on symptom management. TCM takes a completely different approach.
It does. A key concept here is qi.
Qi.
Yes, the vital energy that flows through your body.
That's the vital energy that flows through all of us.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's this concept of yin and yang,
Okay.
the opposing forces that need to be in harmony for you to be healthy.
It's like a whole different language for understanding how we function.
Precisely. And today we're going to be your translators.
I love that.
We'll unravel how these ancient concepts relate to modern mental health challenges, and most importantly, uncover specific remedies and techniques you can actually use in your own life.
Yes.
And we'll even delve into modern research that's starting to validate what TCM has known for millennia.
So bridging that gap between ancient wisdom and modern science.
I love it.
All right, let's rewind the clock a bit.
Okay.
Our sources take us all the way back to ancient China, to texts like the Huangdi Jing, which is considered a cornerstone of TCM.
The cornerstone.
The Huangdi Jing attributes mental illness to disruptions in the flow of qi
Okay.
through the body's 5 organ systems.
5 organ systems now. When we talk about organs in TCM, is that the same as how we understand organs
That's a great question.
in Western medicine?
Because it's not, in TCM, these aren't just the physical organs we think of. They represent broader metaphorical systems.
Okay, so it's more like...
Right. So it's not just about your heart pumping blood, but about your heart system and its energy, right?
Exactly. You have the heart, lung, spleen, kidney, and liver systems,
Okay.
each with its own role and energetic influence.
Oh, sure.
The Huangdi Jing links mental and emotional well-being to the balanced flow of qi through these systems.
Balance, that seems to be a recurring theme.
It is. Balance is everything.
Right. And it also suggests that things like excessive emotions or certain activities can throw that key flow out of whack.
Yeah, too much of anything can disrupt the flow.
Again, it comes back to balance.
Balance is the cornerstone of health in TCM.
Yes. And, it's so interesting because it's not about eliminating emotions altogether, but about ensuring they're not overwhelming your system.
Right. So we need to feel our emotions.
Yes.
But we don't want to be ruled by them.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating that TCM was already emphasizing the mind-body connection thousands of years ago.
That's amazing.
We're only starting to fully appreciate that in the West.
Yeah.
And TCM's understanding has evolved over time.
Yeah.
Around the 11th century, texts begin to focus more on the idea of qi stagnation.
Stagnation.
As a major factor in depression.
So qi stagnation, what does that feel like?
So qi stagnation is like that feeling of being stuck.
Okay.
Like your energy can't move forward. You might feel heavy, lethargic, lacking motivation.
Okay.
Perhaps your digestion is sluggish.
Yeah.
Or you have aches and pains that seem to linger.
Interesting.
Emotionally, there's a sense of frustration.
Yeah.
Hopelessness, like you're trapped.
I can see how that would lead to depression.
Right.
Yeah.
Our sources also mentioned a 14th century physician named Zhu Yangxi,
Okay.
who used talking cures to treat depression.
Talking cures. So this was like ancient therapy.
It sounds almost like a precursor to modern psychotherapy.
That's fast.
It highlights that even centuries ago, TCM practitioners understood the importance of addressing mental and emotional well-being as part of the healing process.
Yeah, because they're all connected, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now, I know some people might be wondering, is TCM really scientific?
That's a good question.
And it's a valid question and a common misconception.
Yeah.
While TCM has its own unique framework and language, it's rooted in thousands of years of observation and practice.
Okay.
It's a system that has been refined and honed through generations of healers, carefully observing how the body responds to various treatments.
So it's based on observation and experimentation.
Right, and as our sources point out, modern scientific research is actually starting to catch up, validating the effectiveness of many TCM practices.
Cool.
Take, for example, the case of arsenic trioxide.
Arsenic.
Yeah,
That.
it's been used in TCM for centuries,
Uh-huh.
and now it's an FDA-approved treatment for a specific type of leukemia. So this demonstrates the potential of ancient wisdom to inform modern medical breakthroughs.
That's really cool.
So we've established that TCM has this incredible history
Yes.
and is starting to be backed by science.
Okay.
But how does it actually work? What are some of the healing modalities it uses?
Okay, so how does TCM actually work?
Yeah,
Well, acupuncture is probably the most well-known in the West.
I would say so.
But in China, herbal formulas are actually considered the primary modality.
Really, I would have thought acupuncture was the main thing.
Interesting.
Tell me more about these herbal formulas.
They're not just single herbs. Think of them like carefully crafted recipes,
Okay.
combining multiple herbs, each with its specific function and purpose.
And our sources mentioned this Zhongzhen Zoshi model.
Okay.
For creating these formulas, it's like each ingredient has a specific role to play.
Exactly. The jun is the primary herb, the star of the show, targeting the main imbalance.
Okay.
Then you have the chen herb, which assists the jun and enhances its effectiveness.
So the Jun is the lead singer, and the Chen is like their backup vocalist,
I love that analogy.
harmonizing with them.
Perfect.
Okay.
Then we have the zuo, which addresses secondary symptoms or imbalances. Think of it like the bass player laying down the foundation.
Right.
And finally, the shi herb helps to harmonize the formula and guide it to the right areas of the body.
So that's like the drummer,
The drummer.
keeping the rhythm.
Yes, keeping everything in sync.
So it's like a whole band working together to create the desired effect.
Yes, that's a great way to think about it.
That's amazing. I remember reading about one formula, Xiaoyasan,
Okay.
which is often used for stress and mood swings.
For stress and mood swings, interesting.
Yes, in that formula, the Jun herb Chai Hu helps to soothe liver key stagnation, the root cause of those mood swings.
Okay.
Then you have Dangui the Chen, which nourishes the blood and supports Chai Hu's action.
Awesome.
And what about the other herbs?
Well, Bai Xiao the zuo eases muscle tension and cramps that often accompany stress. And finally, Gan Kao the shi harmonizes the other herbs and guides them to the digestive system, which is often affected by stress.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Each herb playing its part,
Yeah.
working in synergy.
Synergy.
It's a beautiful system.
It is.
Now, I know some people might be a little wary of herbal medicine,
Yeah.
especially when they hear the word toxicity.
I can understand that.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
However, just like some Western pharmaceuticals, certain herbs can have a level of toxicity.
Of course.
The key is that TCM practitioners understand how to mitigate that
Right.
through careful formulation and preparation.
So it's about using the right herbs in the right amounts and combinations.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that these herbs have been used for thousands of years.
Right.
So their effects and potential risks are well documented.
So it's a very well-researched system in a way.
It's not about haphazardly throwing herbs together.
No, definitely not.
It's a precise and nuanced system developed over generations.
Generations and generations of knowledge.
So we've got herbal formulas.
Okay.
What other tools are in the TCM toolbox?
Well, acupressure is another widely used modality.
Acupressure.
It involves applying pressure to specific acupoints on the body to stimulate energy flow and restore balance.
So it's like acupuncture, but without the needles.
Exactly.
And then there's moxibustion,
Moxibustion.
where they burn mugwort near specific points on the body.
Yes.
That one always sounds a bit intimidating to me, but I hear it can be very effective.
It can be very effective for certain conditions.
Okay.
But let's talk about something a little more soothing.
Okay.
5-element music therapy.
Music as therapy. This sounds intriguing.
It is 5-element music therapy, combines the theory of the 5 elements wood, fire, earth, metal, water with the Chinese pentatonic scale.
Whoa.
It's traditionally played on instruments like the dizi,
Okay.
the erhu, and the guqin,
Interesting.
creating incredibly calming and harmonizing sounds.
Wait, so specific musical tones and melodies can actually impact our well-being according to TCM?
Yes, it's believed that each element and musical tone resonates with different organs and energy systems in the body.
Okay.
By using specific combinations, 5-element music therapy aims to bring those systems back into harmony.
And there's actually research supporting this.
Studies have shown that listening to 5-element music can increase ATP production, which is essential for cellular energy,
Wow.
and boost glutathione levels, a powerful antioxidant.
Amazing.
It even appears to reduce oxidative stress at the cellular level.
That's incredible. It's like music can speak directly to our cells.
In a way, it can.
Wow.
And beyond music, TCM emphasizes the importance of food therapy, using specific foods to nourish and balance the body.
You know, I've always loved the saying, let food be thy medicine.
It's a good one.
But it sounds like TCM takes that quite literally.
Absolutely. TCM sees food as a powerful tool for healing.
And they emphasize.
It emphasizes the importance of warm-cooked foods to support digestion
Okay.
and fermented foods to nourish the gut microbiome.
Okay, so we've got herbal formulas, music therapy, food therapy. We do.
This is already a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
What else is in this TCM treasure chest?
There's Qigong, a mind-body practice that combines movement breathing exercises and meditation.
Qigong. I've heard of Qigong.
Yeah.
It always looks so graceful and fluid.
It can be incredibly relaxing and has both physical and mental benefits.
Yeah.
It's been used for centuries to improve circulation, reduce stress, and promote overall vitality.
Very cool. And finally, our sources mention this concept of yang sheng, which translates to nourishing life.
Nourishing life.
What's that all about?
Yang Sheng is an ancient Chinese approach to wellness that emphasizes self-cultivation and proactive health practices.
Okay.
It's about creating a lifestyle that supports longevity and well-being, encompassing practices like Qigong food therapy and mindfulness.
Like a philosophy of living in harmony with yourself and the world around you.
Exactly.
So we've got herbal formulas, music therapy, Qigong Yang Sheng.
We do.
TCM seems to offer a truly holistic approach to health, addressing so many facets of our being. And that's one of its greatest strengths. It doesn't just treat the symptom, it addresses the whole person, mind, body, and spirit.
All right, so we've laid the groundwork
We have.
and explored the history, philosophy, and key modalities of TCM.
Okay.
Now let's get specific and see how it approaches those everyday mental health challenges we talked about.
Let's do it.
Let's start with insomnia,
Okay, insomnia.
that feeling we all know too well.
Yes, we do. Insomnia, it's that all too familiar feeling of tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, just wishing you could drift off to sleep.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And TCM has a unique way of understanding why this happens.
So what's their take on it?
Our sources say it all comes down to the flow of qi and blood, those vital substances that TCM sees as the foundation of our health.
Right, qi and blood.
See, the ancient text Huangdi Neijing describes sleep as a process where the qi and blood that circulate on the surface of your body during the day
Okay.
flow inwards as you wind down, gathering in the organs to nourish and restore them while you rest.
So it's like they're going back to their home base.
It's exact.
To recharge.
And if there's a blockage or disruption to that inward flow, you end up struggling to fall asleep.
It's like traffic jam.
Exactly. It's like a traffic jam in your energy highways, preventing your body from transitioning into that restful state.
Oh.
TCM often describes this as yang cannot enter yin.
Yang cannot enter yin. So to sleep well, we need that yang energy to flow smoothly inward, allowing yin to take over.
Yes.
But what causes these blockages in the first place? I'm guessing stress has something to do with it.
Stress is definitely a major culprit,
Uh-huh.
but it's not the only one. Anxiety, overthinking, even an improper diet can all disrupt the flow of qi and blood, contributing to insomnia. Remember, TCM is all about balance.
Balance, right?
Yeah.
So when those internal or external factors throw things out of balance, our sleep suffers.
Precisely. And our sources highlight 2 organs that are particularly important for healthy sleep: the heart and the kidney.
The heart and the kidney, of course, the heart being the seat of the mind in TCM, needs to be calm and settled for you to fall asleep. And the kidney is all about that deep restorative energy we need to truly recharge overnight.
You got it. When the heart and kidney are in harmony, sleep comes naturally, but when they're out of balance, those sleep disturbances start to creep in.
And you mentioned that TCM doesn't just see insomnia as one thing.
Right.
It recognizes different patterns. So there's deficient vexation, which sounds like what happens when your mind just won't shut off.
That's a perfect description. Deficient vexation is that state of constant overthinking, worrying, replaying events in your head. It's like your brain is stuck in overdrive.
I know that feeling all too well. It's like you're exhausted, but your mind just won't stop
Yeah.
racing.
And all that mental activity ends up depleting your energy reserves, making it even harder to relax and fall asleep. It's a vicious cycle.
You're tired, but you can't sleep because you're thinking about being tired.
Exactly.
Our sources also mentioned liver blood deficiency as another insomnia pattern. We talked about the heart and the kidney, but how does the liver factor into sleep?
The liver in TCM is responsible for the smooth flow of qi and blood throughout the body. It's also closely tied to your emotions, particularly anger and frustration.
So if the liver is out of balance, our emotions can run wild, making it difficult to wind down and sleep.
Exactly. And when liver blood is deficient, it means your body's ability to nourish and restore itself is compromised. It's like running your car on fumes. Eventually, it's going to sputter and stall.
Ah, that's a good analogy.
And then there's a more severe pattern our sources describe as the inability to lie down. That sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, that does sound pretty intense. What causes that kind of extreme insomnia?
It usually indicates a severe disconnect between the heart and kidney, with the heart's energy completely unable to settle and the kidney's restorative power significantly diminished.
So people experiencing this are essentially trapped in a state of constant wakefulness.
Sadly, yes.
That must have a devastating impact on their overall health.
You're right. It's a serious condition that requires careful attention and treatment.
But there is hope.
But the good news is, even for severe insomnia, TCM offers a variety of approaches that can help.
Okay, so let's talk solutions. Our sources mention a range of remedies, from herbal formulas to lifestyle adjustments.
Okay, let's dive in.
So where do we begin?
Let's start with the herbal formulas. One that's frequently recommended for insomnia is Tian Wang Bu Xin, which translates to Heavenly King, Tonify the Heart Special Pills. Quite a name, right?
Heavenly King, Tonify the Heart Special Pills. It does sound powerful.
Tian Wang Bu Xin is specifically designed to nourish the heart and calm the Shen, which is the spirit in TCM.
Okay,
It targets those anxious thoughts and worries that keep you up at night.
so it addresses both the physical and mental aspects of sleeplessness.
Exactly. It contains a blend of herbs that work together to soothe the nervous system, reduce heat and agitation, and promote deep relaxation.
Like a lullaby in a bottle.
Sort of.
What are some of the key players in this herbal orchestra?
Well, there's Huang Lian, which has a bitter taste that helps to clear what TCM calls fire that's disturbing the Shen. Think of it as cooling down those racing thoughts that keep you tossing and turning.
So it helps extinguish the mental flames that prevent you from falling asleep.
Exactly.
What else?
Huang Qin is another important herb in this formula. It helps to guide the fire energy downward, promoting a sense of calmness and ease.
And I see Yijiao listed as an ingredient that's a type of gelatin, right?
Yes, Yijiao is known for its ability to deeply nourish yin and blood. Remember how we talked about liver blood deficiency?
Yes.
Well, Yijiao helps to replenish those depleted energy reserves that are essential for restful sleep.
It's amazing how each herb has its own unique function and purpose, yet they work together so harmoniously. Yeah. What about techniques beyond herbal formulas? I know acupoints play a big role in TCM.
They do acupressure, which involves applying pressure to specific acupoints on the body, can be incredibly effective for insomnia.
And our sources highlight two acupoints in particular, Anmian and Taixi. Tell us about those.
An Aramian, meaning peaceful sleep, is located right behind your ear.
Okay.
Applying gentle pressure to this point can help release tension, calm the mind, and promote relaxation.
It sounds like a natural way to hit the off switch on your brain.
It can be very effective.
What about Taixi?
Taixi, which means supreme stream, is the source point of the kidney meridian. Remember how we talked about the kidney being essential for deep restorative sleep?
Yes.
Well, massaging Taixi can help to ground and center your energy, calm the spirit, and encourage that restful sleep we all crave.
So it's like giving your kidney a little boost to help you recharge overnight.
Precisely. And what's great about acupressure is that you can do it yourself anytime, anywhere, no special equipment needed.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, what about foot soaks? I've heard those can be helpful for sleep as well.
Foot soaks are a wonderful tradition in Chinese culture, and for good reason, they tap into the numerous acupressure points on your feet, helping to relax your entire body.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
Our sources mention that those hot foot baths also help to lower your core body temperature, which is essential for initiating sleep.
It's like gently signaling to your body that it's time to wind down and prepare for rest.
And you can even add herbs to those foot soaks to enhance their benefits, right?
Absolutely. Mugwort, which is also used in moxibustion, is a popular choice. It has warming and soothing properties that can help ease tension and promote relaxation.
And what about ginger?
Ginger is another great option.
Hmm.
It's known for its circulation boosting effects.
Yeah.
Ginger helps to warm and invigorate the body, promoting a sense of overall well-being and preparing you for a good night's